Sonu, generally singers or artists like to stay away from anything which is connected to politics. But you recently invested in this political psychology tech company. What prompted this decision? And my obvious question is, does Sonu Nigam have political ambitions?
Very honestly, when I was younger, when I had come to Bombay for the very first time in 1991, the first 10 years of my life, I wanted to get into politics eventually because I thought that I was well suited for it. And I also had a very different kind of a perception about politics. I thought politics is about serving the nation. I thought so at that point. Then I realized politics is an amalgamation of intellect, brains, shrewdness, service, honesty also, and of course there are all kinds of people in politics. So my khush fahmi about politics kind of changed after a while when I got to know more about it. So my intent to join politics is nil, zilch, zero. Complete that point. Having said that, I am a person who reads a lot, who likes to learn a lot. I have a lot of friends in very very different zones of life. I have a set of good people around me, positive people around me who uh, enrich me with information. So when I met Amit Wadhwani some time back, I realized that he is a unique human being with a unique kind of agenda in his life. And having, though I'm not uh, completely into psephology, but I do keep a track of what's happening around me. So I have realized that in India, India is a great country. It's buzzing right now, and even though we are under the distress of COVID, I see India will boom back like crazy, and people will, have their mouth open when they see the progress of India. But what lacks in India is objectivity. We choose our politicians on the basis of their community, whether they match us, whether their class, zat path. Obviously, we all aware of it. So uh, this buffering media, when I was introduced to buffering media, I was very amazed because this is how I had also thought that there should be some way to educate the people about what's happening, what's the reality, what's the truth of a politician, how much he has served, how much he has worked, does he deserve to be loved by you, supported by you, or not? I understand it can't be foolproof. I understand it's not like 100% इससे सब कुछ बदल जाएगा ऐसा नहीं है लेकिन बहुत कुछ बदलेगा because artificial intelligence, like today when I go on Google, when I go on YouTube and all, my interests area are science, quantum space, Osho, spiritual realm, history, Abhijit Chawda. These days I'm listening to him a lot. So that's my interest area, and artificial intelligence finds that kind of thing for me. So with buffering media, there are some terms which I've never heard earlier: data crawling and machine learning. I never knew about all of this. So I'm getting to learn a lot, and I realized that buffering media is a huge opportunity to introduce the people to real psychology, study of politics to politicians, and connect them, especially during the election campaign, to the voters and to the citizens of our country. And that is why I decided that I should be a part of buffering media. That's why I'm here.
Are you going to join politics after that? Is there a plan? Is there an ambition to join politics?
Honestly, I have made a pact with myself in the last 15 years. I will never, ever play God to myself or to anybody else. I will never tell myself that I'm going to be this and I'm going to plan this because I have seen my plans failing whenever I've planned sometimes. Sometimes unfathomable experiences have happened to me. I have never even imagined such a thing would happen to me, and things have happened to me. I've been shocked and surprised and bemused. So I don't know what lies in the future for me. At this point, I'm too happy, too settled, and too peaceful to invite so much stress and so much pressure. Today, I can roam around wherever I want to. I can. Hi, Amit. Finally, yeah.
Okay, we
Yes,
have
sir.
Ahmed,
Great.
founder of
You guys entered
Buffett
late.
Media, also joining us.
Yeah,
Hi,
I
Ahmed.
know.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening.
So at this point, there is nothing. I'm just happy being in the company of Amit and Bahari Media, learning more about psephology, learning more about the technology, learning more about the process of election and everything. And at this point, there is no interest in joining politics.
So, Sonu, that means you're giving an open answer that we could see Neta Sonu Nigam in future. Is that what you're saying?
No, no. Did you hear that? Did I say that? No, no. I said that nothing is in your control. Tomorrow, I might want to just at this point, I'm leading a very happy life. Tomorrow, I might just want to become a producer of a film. Who knows? I might want to open a production house. Who knows anything? Tomorrow, I might be the Prime Minister of India. You never know. So I can't see anything. Let me just live my life the way I'm living, and if I'm playing my cards right, God will take me to the right place where I want to be.
Okay, let's talk to Amit, also, who's the owner of Buffering Media. Amit, what do you think the investment by Sonu Nigam or Sonu Nigam brings to this venture?
Yeah. Hi. So having Sonuji on board means a lot of ability to make very sharp decisions, correct decisions. If you followed the way his career has panned out, he brings in a lot of clarity. He's always taking stand in terms of what is black and what is white, what he believes in and what he does not. And somewhere I felt that at Buffering also we are like that. Though we cater to multiple political parties and clients across various landscapes in India, but we are very clear about what we want to do in years to come. The technology that we use, the data that we use to change the way elections will happen in years to come. As far as tech is concerned, we only know about the EVM as yet, but there is a lot that the private sector uses. And getting Sonuji on board would mean the kind of experience, the kind of fan following that he's got. We will be poised in the right light in terms of whether it is the south part of the country, the northern part of the country. It will give us the kind of penetration and reach that otherwise could have taken us maybe a year or two extra. But with Sonuji's backing the venture, of course, capital is one thing, but apart from the capital, his name associated with the venture gives us the right kind of reach which is required in any tech-enabled business at this point in time.
Could you please elaborate about this venture in terms of how it will work and what are the new innovations you're planning to introduce?
So we believe that in India, elections and electoral campaigns are still at a very nascent stage. The usage of data, the usage of technology, which is remarketing and data crawling and the intelligence, artificial intelligence, the machine learning that we have created for people who like simpler explanations. A lot of these politicians do not know how to typically use apps to their advantage. So if imagine if your member of parliament uses an app which tells you exactly the number of beds, the number of remdesivirs, how many people are vaccinated, how many are yet to be vaccinated, which areas are safe, whether malls will open or will not open. So it is like a two-way effectiveness that actually works. The member of parliament or the leader gets to stay in touch with the constituency, and the voters also then get access to robust and correct information, which then is collated to one specific platform. So we are encouraging more leaders and more constituencies to start using digital tech, start owning IPs. Most of these guys are typically using Twitter, Facebook. You, in fact, must have seen our Indian made Coup also getting huge subscription. In fact, RSS also this evening opted using Coup just few hours back. There was an announcement. So I feel that more number of people who use microsites, own their own intellectual properties, start using and promoting apps. That I think that will be a new era for Indian politics and the way we look at data analytics.
To both of you, is this venture looks more lucrative now because elections are just around the corner, or do you guys have a bigger plan?
No, so if I have to answer that, I feel that in India, politics, sports, and Bollywood are three things which will never go out of fashion. or will never face recession. Sadly, the last 1.5 years, we've had some challenging times for various industries in terms of a financial pullback. But I feel that the right mix of media, technology, data, and politics, with 2022 large states in the country will go for elections. In fact, there are a lot of corporation elections also around the country, and elections are only getting complicated. And our growth at Buffering is inversely proportional to the complicated nature of elections. If elections were easy to understand, nobody would require buffering or the kind of services that we offer. So more complex nature of elections and the way people vote. Somebody who's a 15-year-old boy or girl will become a voter in 2024. So do you want to talk to him or her on Instagram, or you want to continue speaking on Twitter? These are questions and answers that we seek from our clients and leaders at Buffering.
That's very complicated for at least an artist. Sonu, would you agree?
No, it's a learning process. You see, every field of knowledge has its own study, and if you're sitting with the experts, if you are with the experts, then there is no way you will not be able to get a hang of it if you are being guided right. And for me, the idea is basically Buffering Media is has come out with something which I never fathomed. I never imagined that something like this can exist. And I really excited to be a part of it, because you've seen me. Even though I'm a singer, I'm a musician, I'm a performer, entertainer, but people do ask me questions about politics. People do ask me questions about social causes. People have seen me taking stand absolutely fearlessly about anything which I feel right. So there is a side of me which is not just a musician, not just a singer. There is a side of me who feels the right thing should be done, the right thing should be spoken, the right act should be done, and the right people should be supported. And what is right is supposed to be, proclaimed in loud voice. And for me, it's just as I thought I am. I was introduced to Buffering Media and Amit, and there's no way I would have ever said no to a proposition like this, and I'm glad I'm a part of it.
Is it more than just collecting samples, or there's more to what this venture will do, like this business?
Right. So, the usage of technology is at a very nascent stage as far as Indian politics is concerned. And we think about sample sets only when we approach elections. At Buffering, we've got a robust contact center, a little less than about 500 people who are in continuous touch with most of the constituencies that our clients operate in. And the usage of remarketing and data crawling is typically used only in the private sector. For FMCG or consumer durables, or typically anybody who is using the internet and the whole lead generation business that you must have seen over the last 2-3 years. Most of the private unicorns, including Cred, is also working on basically behavior, spending patterns on, and used to how people typically will use data in times to come. So we collate a lot of data, and we are already sitting on close to about 41.2 crore OTP verified data, which is data for patented data, which is owned by the company. So we encourage more tech, more data usage, more understanding of what the voter will do in times to come. So we are a right medley of primitive usage of techniques to gather information and the 2021 technology and data related services to give you that amplified effect that a party or a client is looking at.
Amit, how do you know we are in the middle of this pandemic? Do you think this psephology process is corona free, or do you think corona will affect the way you're planning to function?
So in fact, I must, with a little bit of pinch of salt, say that C19 has actually accelerated the growth of something like buffering. Right? There were days where we used to have huge meetings before Corona with huge gatherings, but that has given way to more meetings online, more Zoom meetings. Today, it's not about 100 people attending your political meet or a gathering. It's about getting those first 10,000 likes. It's about getting those first 100 shares, retweets. We all know what is happening to Twitter in India. If Twitter wouldn't have been important, I am sure big VVIPs wouldn't have been as opinionated the way they are today about Twitter, right? So anything which is digital, looks techy, is more transparent, is mobile, is in front of you, and chases you, studies your surfing pattern, studies your data, and fits across all age brackets, will be in business, right? So currently we are valued at just about 55 million US dollars because our focus is not on valuation. We are not here to exit the company in a year or two. I feel that Buffering is a company which can do well, exceedingly well in the next 2 decades. So we would like to maintain a majority stakeholding in the company, and focus on more profitability. We work at a 65% EBITDA at this point in time, which is considered very good.
So you're a self-made man. Do you remember when you started valuing money while growing up?
See, we were a middle class family. In fact, very lower middle class family. We used to have what? I mean, when my sister was born, my youngest one was born. We were in Mumbai in 1984 in a one-room house, 5 of us in one room and one kitchen, and it was very small. It was a small house. So we have grown up as a close-knit family. We always valued money. We always my father and mother taught us to save money, never to spoil yourself and never become too lavish in your spendings. What you save is what you earn. So we've always valued money. That doesn't mean that we don't spend. We spend when we have to spend. A lot of people have taken a lot of money from us on a lot of pretexts. We don't we have no problems with that. जिसका जिसको था उसको मिल गया. वैसी वाली बात है. So we're not misers. At the same time, we're not spendthrifts also. We take care of our money, and God has been very kind from where we started to where we've reached today. There is nothing more one can ask. I just always keep thanking God for whatever He's given to us.
Who was taking care of finances when you started?
Was no, even till today. I'm going to be 48 years old in 20 days, and till today, every single penny that I've earned in my life, every single penny goes to my father. I don't take anything. It's just we ask from my father. My wife asks from my father. Everybody asks money because my father. I always want to see my father giving me money. I don't want him to ever ask money from me. So till today, everything A to Z of my money is in my father's custody.
So he is the one who takes decision where to invest in.
Decision we can take collectively. Sometimes I suggest something. Sometimes my father suggests something. Sometimes my father stops me from taking anything. But money is with him. It's his thing. I don't know how much I make and how much I save. I have to ask him, Papa, कितना है, कैसे है, ये हो सकता है, वो हो सकता है. I have to ask him. So he's the one who is the boss of the house. It's not me. My dad is the boss.
Thank you so much, Sonu, and thank you, Amit, for your time and all the best.
Thank you, Vishal.